Hello, sorry. I am Perfect Pearl. How are you, sweetie? Hilly, hiya. As always, you're always here first. Crikey, what a week. My coffee percolator completely died to death. So I've been in crisis mode. No fresh Italian coffee in the mornings. And then, what else? Oh, and my cooker actually broke down about 3 weeks ago and I still haven't fixed it. So I have to cook everything in a mini convective oven, which is not funny. It's not. Oh, thank God I've not got 3 kids running around my feet all wanting fed at the same time. Oh, crikey. What else has been up? A person that shall remain nameless, because I know a few people follow her. 2.5 months of waiting to be paid for an order after I bought all the stocking and the dye. Finally, after 3 times bumping me off from paying, or finding excuses not to, stop it. Finally paid on Thursday, and then 24 hours later asked for a full refund, even though I'd started the job and bought the stocking and everything else. So I was an absolute nervous wreck yesterday. Hardly had a wink's sleep. But Karma and Fluff Fairies, thank you, you know who you are. So yeah. Oh, you could just... Good morning. It's good afternoon here, lovely. It is now 12:15 in the afternoon. It's been a very long flaming morning. That would be awful. Yeah, it has been awful. It's been a trying couple of months as it is, and then that last minute, and the woman was not willing to give me compensation. So anyway, over and done with, dusted. I should have took a deposit like I would normally do, but you don't, do you, when you think it's somebody that you can trust in the fellow field? But hey ho, I've had about 3 hours sleep. 3 hours sleep last night, but I'm alright. I'm running on fresh coffee. I got a cafetiere. I got a fresh press and an electric coffee grinder. I mean, of all the things in the world to cheer me up, it's my fresh coffee in the morning. So, yeah. So, I'm dyeing locks this morning. I have, because I washed up the locks for this order, and there was 1 kilo that I did. So, I've already dyed half of it for that order, which God knows what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably just fling them in batty clubs and stuff like that, just to get rid of them, because there's too much. So I'm now left with another 500 grams of Wensleydale locks. So that's, watch out, it'll all be on the website next week. So I'm going neons. I've not done neons for a while. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And I've got some wools that I need to get finished off dyeing for Christmas Advents, the mini braid stuff, because I had a couple of extra late orders in for them, so I'd already bought the stock in, so these are just to make up the numbers. So I'm just going to turn that off a second and throw these in the sink. So yeah, I've left the advent on the website for now, just in case anybody decides, so I'll give that till like next month anyway. If you know any mates that want one, one sec. If you know any mates that want one, throw them my way. Oh dear. And I will sort that out, because I still have more than enough. Yes, you were in late order, my love. I know. I've already got all your bits and pieces in. So it's just a matter of getting it all the same. So yeah, so I've sorted the locks and everything are all done. The bats are already blended up into the big ones, so they're upstairs. I think I've only got 4 more big ones to blend up, and then it's time to do the sweatshop and divide them all up into 25 grams and then reblend them through. So that'll take me about a fortnight to do that, because I'm trying to think, how many was it? Oh, I've got a dicky heart. 220 plus, so about 240 mini bats I've got to blend up. I'm surprised I haven't got grey hair. Yeah, so about 240, maybe 250, because I want to do myself a Christmas set, so I can do videos. I'm going to do the YouTube, post a video every day through the month of December. So I thought, oh, that'll be my advents then, so I can open them up and maybe spin them or something, or talk about what's in them. So what else? Yeah, the braids are all dyed up. They're ready. I just need to split them, and the locks are nearly prepped and pimped. I just need to bag them up. So I think I've just got a couple of little bits and pieces extras that I need to get for the crafters that do a bit of everything. So yeah, so advents are poor Iona to put Iona to work. Oh yeah, she's guarding the door. I think the postman's been and there's something dangling out of it, and I still can't get to my front door. So she's now giving it, there's something at the door, can I get it? Or if you can reach it, go get it. But she has a fit. She doesn't like things that moves around her. So like, say she walks past a cardboard box and it's open, like an Amazon box or something, and you've just pulled all the stuff out, and if she walks past it, she's fine. But when she goes to reverse and it moves, she's like a cat in a hot tin roof. She'll proper has a meltdown, goes into panic mode. I don't know how she's supposed to look after me. She can't even look after herself. So yeah, she's not impressed at the moment. There's something in the post box and she wants to get it, which is Saturday. It's weird because we don't get post on Saturday here. So yeah, what have I just done? I've just done blue, purple and lime green in fluorescent. So I just need to, and I melted my kettle. Melted my kettle the other day, but it wasn't entirely my fault. Yeah, it wasn't my fault. Wasn't. Oh, I had a local crafter pop in on Wednesday to drop off some handmade items for the Christmas advents, and as he turned up, I'd not long put the kettle on to make myself a cup of coffee. So when he turned up, I had to lock the dog in the kitchen because she wants to kill people. She doesn't like strangers. See, all she's done, she's just causing a havoc there now. All she's done is hit the welly boot, and it's fallen over, and she's nearly halfway up the stairs. Yes, so this gent called Ralph, turned up on Wednesday afternoon. So I have to lock her in the house because she doesn't like strangers. She needs to be introduced, or they need to come around the house a couple of times before she'll actually acknowledge them. So yeah, so he comes around, I've locked the door, forgot my kettles on. I'm in there an hour talking to this gent in my workshop. Comes in, completely forget that the kettle's on, and the lid on the top of my kettle was just going down and down and down, and it was bubbling. I think I've had all of my threes. Yeah, I must have done, because Karma's come in today with the fluff fairy, so I think I've had my lot. Right, where's my salt, my citric acid? Yeah. I suppose you can have too much of a good thing in your life, can't you, really? I mean, we're not rich by any means. Phil only works part-time. I earn pennies from this, enough to give us a little treat, pay a credit card once a month, and my website and my QuickBooks account, and what else do I pay out of my money that I make? my bits and pieces to go in my orders, the packaging, and blah 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 blah. So there's not much left after once you've done all that. And then obviously I'm supposed to be doing an arts fair next week, next Saturday. So out of that I've got to pay fees for stall fees and have a cash flow. But I've had 2 good fluff fairies this week. So today was one that I've literally had to pull up my big girl knickers before I've come on live, because I would have been on at 12, but I got this message and I was in tears, so I couldn't come on. So I had to sort myself out and stop crying. But during the week, one of my oldest customers, apart from Liz, she's here, a lass called Jess, you'll find her on Instagram, a Weaver Eye. She does the most gorgeous weavings for scarves and wraps and stuff like that. Really, really pretty. All from hand spun. But she got a London Weave Master loom, a 4-shaft loom, 32-inch wide, from her aunt last year out of the attic, and she cleaned it up and took all the rust off the reeds and heddles and stuff like that last year, and she spent a good while refurbishing it back up. Well, she dropped me a message during the week asking if I wanted it, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just can't afford it at the moment. Things are a bit slow, everyone's on holiday, blah blah blah, so I've got loads going on. And she goes, no, do you want it? It's yours if you want it. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm getting a Weave Master loom. Thank you very much, Jess. So popping down there on Tuesday to grab that. Petrol money's been put to one side for that, so that's a day out with the lunatic dog in the back of the car and a 32-inch 4-shaft loom. So yeah, so that's like, wow, I've always wanted one, could never find one, and every so often you hear of people getting one given to them, gifted, and I'm like, oh, I wish that was me. I'd be so lucky, and it's me. And oh my god, I really felt so overwhelmed. So I've had 2 really nice things for 3 awful things happening over the last few weeks. So it sort of made it up, and things like that don't happen to me. I'm usually the one that does it for everybody else. So I was really, really touched. So that's an 8-hour round trip on Tuesday with the lunatic dog in the back of the car. And I can't leave her at home. If I'm out the house for more than an hour, she'll have a fit. I mean, she's already bad enough. If I nip up to see one of the neighbours, by the time I've come back, she's literally drenched in saliva and panic attack and anxiety. She's supposed to be my anxiety dog. I'm the one that has panic attacks and chronic anxiety. I don't leave the house for months on end unless it's to go and get the shopping in on a Friday. But no, she has a panic attack if I'm not around. So yeah, so she has to come with us. So we'll treat her at McDonald's because she loves a burger. I know, she's a dog, she shouldn't be getting it, but she does. She loves the 99p burger. So what colour shall I go with this? Oh, shall I go? I'll go a bit of Hubba Bubba. Oh god, my chest is killing me. Panic attacks and hurt stomachs and oh. So yeah, so I suppose if you're good to people and treat people the way you expect to be treated, then good things come to you when you don't expect them, I think is the moral of that story. So yeah, so I will be selling all my paraphernalia to go with my Kromsky rigid heddle loom, which is a Kromsky heart, so it folds away. Everyone's seen it, usually sits in the corner of my studio. I've only ever warped it up 4 times. The 5th time still sat on the loom because the flaming thing drives me potty. It comes with a stand and all the heddles, and I've actually bought an extra set of heddles so I could do double weaving with it, and they're still in the original packet. I never did take them out. So yeah, so I'll be putting them on Facebook Marketplace next week. So if anybody wants a practically new, it's only 18 months old. As I say, hardly ever used it. So it will be up for sale in the next few days. Oh, good traffic cone. Oh. So what else? What else have I been up to this week? No, I've just been concentrating and getting stuck into getting the Christmas Advent's really out the way. I've got a die up for Batty Clubs for next week, so that's all sorted. Yeah, so I'm on top of it. On top of it all. Everything will be all ready by, I would say, mid-September at the latest. So I'll be sat here just waiting and twiddling my thumbs for flaming November to come to send it all out to you. But though you guys that are in America, I've got 2 over in the States I'm sending to. I'll be able to get them sent out as soon as probably. I'm hoping to send them out in October, just in case. Just in case there's any issues with any of your sorting offices over there. I don't want to take any chances. So, yeah. They will be ready to send out to you in October. Looking at the beginning, but I'll let you know. I'll give you a heads up, because obviously I'll be sending you a tracking number for that to go. Oh, I need more water in my kettle, I think. Oh dear. So what else? What's everyone been up to? What have I been doing? I've been doing a bit of spinning, and I put 2 new videos up on the web, on YouTube. So yeah, there's an art spin one. Will you stop it? An art spin one, and the rest of the Kerry Hill one I did yesterday morning. Oh, and I've made, these are going on the website, spinning pennies. So they've got slanted pockets, so when you sit down, the pockets are facing you. So when you're prepping locks or fleeces or whatever, you've got your bits fall down on your lap, but you've got your pockets at the side to sit, and so you can just put your hand straight in to grab out bits of fluff out your pockets for when you're spinning at the same time, if you haven't got a basket handy to you. So you can just fill your pockets with stuff. So they're not usual straight down pockets. There's a wrap around, so it's a universal size. In a sec, I'll just undo that. So it's about, I think I measured it was about 90 centimetres long, and about, was it 97 centimetres long? Yeah, 97 centimetres long, and just over 50, about 52 centimetres in depth. And then you've got these slouchy pockets, so you just wrap it round. So I've got an opposite of this, so I've got a blue with the pattern on the pockets that's cut out. I just need to sew it up and get that on the website. This one exactly like this one I've got to put on the website. This one's mine. And I'm going to be doing some Japanese pennies with spinning pockets on them as well, but that'll be at a later date, probably next month, before I can get them sorted out, because I need to order the material. So it'll either be cotton or linen, all depends on what I can get hold of. So yeah, I've been doing them this week, and I did my felting pads there on the website as well, for felters who are looking for eco-friendly Hessian bags for doing the felting on. So you did spinning and did a bit of dyeing and knitting. You doing anything? Oh, you've just started doing your knitting, haven't you? Have you been started doing any type of socks or anything like that? Have you delved into the sock world of knitting yet? I've had a try and a delve into it, and then everything just went chaotic last year, and I never did. So I've definitely got a half pair of knitted socks in my box. Actually, they're upstairs. And I still can't find a place to put everything upstairs yet. I don't know how, because I've ended up with a bigger space and probably more storage potential, but I've not got enough room for everything. I've still got a load of stuff sat at the front door. So when the postman comes or Amazon comes, I'm like, oh, you'll have to come round the back. I can't get to my front door. The first 6 months that we lived here, we had a bath out there at the front door, so we could get anything there. No socks file for me. Little needles, little DPNs. I find them really easy to use, the DPNs and the the DPNs with the extension circle. I can't use those big knitting needles because I find that my arms come out, and because of my fibro, which attacks me in my shoulders and on my chest and in my back, it's just too much for me. Whereas if I'm sat with the little DPN needles, it's so much easier to use. Clearing bobbins for your big fleece spin, hopefully for a sweater. Oh, what you spinning up? All my samples from my breed study, I'm saving them to one side. They'll all be done with sari silk, every single one of them, but different colours of sari silk. So eventually, once I've got the knack of doing this knitting socks for soldiers, I love fat needles. Sock knitters are soldiers. I love fat needles. I have no idea what that means. Sock knitters are soldiers. Do you mean that generally as a rule you'll ever see squaddies knitting? Do you know, I was brought up in the armed forces, and I don't think I ever saw a squaddie knitting, let alone doing anything crafty. They're usually down the pub getting drunk if they've come back from Northern Ireland. Yeah. No, definitely never. Phil, my other half, he likes to do embroidery when he's got the patience to sit down and do it and not attached to his phone playing Pokemon. Yeah, it's not something as a rule that I've ever seen men do. Leicester Shetland cross with 7-inch locks. I've never had a Leicester Shetland cross before. What have I got? I'm trying to think what I've got upstairs. No, I've got a Dutch Spotty that I got from the Orkney Shepherdess, still in the same box that it came in from last year. I've never even opened it, so that will make sure that it's fresh when I do finally take it out. I might do that as a breed study in November. What else have I got upstairs? I've got Wensleydale from Durham, but it's got really short curls on it. I'm trying to think. What else have I got upstairs? I think I've got... Oh, Liz sent me some Border Leicester curls or fleeces and a Manx fleece. Do you know, it's off the top of my head, I can't think. I might have Polled Cotswold maybe upstairs, and I'm still waiting to hear about the Romney fleece from that lady, that breeder. I'm supposed to be hearing from her sometime this month. I'll have to reach out to her. It's very soft. I can't do socks. The needles are too hard to deal with. You love chunky yarn and chunky needles. So sock knitters are fantastic, Admiral, but I can't do it. No, that's cool. You should get yourself one of those knitting machine things, the ones that go round and round and round, and make socks with them. I've seen people do that on the internet, and then you can have socks. Yeah, socks is definitely something I'd like to get into. It's supposed to be really easy to do once you get past that heel. I've crocheted socks, big thick ones for walking boots. I used to sell them on my website when I was on Etsy a couple of years ago. Oh, I've got Mona Myrtle. She's having a Queenie week this week. My little cat's never been neutered. So at least 1 week every month you have to listen to her whinge and skrike for about all day long unless she's sleeping. So if you hear her, she's just in a mood. She's a flipping menace, just like the dog. One you drink. So what else? Still no sign of any ducklings, though it shouldn't be too much longer now because she's been sat on that nest for the best part of 3 weeks. So I would say if we're going to get any, it could be any time in the next week. So watch this space. I will be posting the pictures and videos if I end up with any ducklings. And if I end up with any more than 2 ducklings, I'm going to have a fit. Can't get to any eggs. Last time I checked, there was still only 2 eggs in there. But that's not to say that she's not hidden them. So, yeah. Trying to think. That's about it. Yeah, my adventure down south on Tuesday then I'm supposed to be doing an artisan craft fair at the Beacon in Whitehaven on the Harbour next Saturday. Not sure what's happening with that for me at the moment because of this customer's full refund. Because I spent the money on Thursday. I paid my HMR tax bill, or not my tax bill, my national insurance contributions. Paid money towards that and bought a stock order. So she'll have to flip and wait. So what else? I think that's it. I'm just really like stumped and humbled at people's generosity that's never really come my way before. I've struggled. I have had a tough life. It's not been great. I've had a mental breakdown. Crikey, when was that? 2015. Yeah, 2015 I had an emotionally stunted mental breakdown. Which led to the diagnosis of my fibromyalgia, because I'd been holding everything back that I'd gone through for the previous, 14 years prior to that. So yeah, and it's been a long, hard climb to get back to who you see me today. This is my usual me. Not fully, I'd probably say I'm about 85% the person I was when I was in my early 20s. So, personality-wise, I'm back there again. Just a bit more, not happy to take anybody's crap anymore. Yeah, but when I get like that, any type of animosity or confrontation, my hands start to do this, the fibro starts to flare up, the anxiety starts to feel like my heart's going to bounce out my chest, the tears don't stop because I'm that flaming frustrated that I can't say what I want to say. And I've got to be professional, even though I'm being accused of not being professional. So no. But anyway, for those of you that know me, I'll say no more. I'll say no more. So what else I've got planned? So yeah, spinning pennies are going on the website. They'll be on late today. Breed study next month is Wensleydale. So I've got that planned, but I'm doing locks with that. I'm not carding it. And then October, I'm not sure what fleece I'm going to go with. I might actually go with the Manx one that Liz sent me. But I will do a bit of a dyeing challenge with that, because the darker your wool, the harder it is to get a really good colour saturation on darker wools. But Manx I can actually dye up. I can get it like a really deep navy blue or a really dark purples, or dark or a black or a charcoal black. So it'll take dye, but you just have to put a little bit more in there, but you're just not going to get it all saturated for colour wise. Oh, dropped some locks on the floor. Oh. And I think at the moment that's just where I'm at. I've got to get upstairs finished. I need to get some shelves up on the walls. I got my mother-in-law the other day there had this old twirling record player stand. You know when you store all your records in, and it's like 3 boxes. So I think I'm going to sand it down and paint it and put them up on the wall and use them like pigeonhole boxes. So I think that's what I'm going to do with those. And then I've got some more storage. You can never have enough storage. Never have enough cupboards. Yeah, so I'm waiting to hear from an artist about some add-ins, which she still hasn't got back in touch with me about, because obviously I need 13 items and I'm not sure if she can produce 13 items for me. So I'm waiting to hear about that. But you know that dog's still staring at this flipping door. You should get a lovely variety of colours and Manx, hence the light at the end. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I might do like a dye demonstration of what you can do, potential of dark wools. Sometimes, Liz, with the darker wools, I do find that they come out either really muted, or it's a bit hit and miss as to what colours they're happy to take. So them ones I generally go for my darker shades. So if I want a green and I've got, say, a forest green, I know that I'm going to get a really deep, rich colour. This dog's driving me potty. Bear with me a minute. Right, you can have that. Go and rip that up. Sorry. She gets a bee in her bonnet and she needs to get whatever it is, it's sat in the letterbox that she wants. So I've given her a letter, a debt letter, not for me, for the old tenant. I'm sick and tired of phoning this company up and telling them she doesn't live here. Oh, crikey. So I think that's what I'll do with the Manx, is I'll do a dye demo instead of doing a carded demo next time round. Right, I have no idea. Right, that's weird. Nothing in it. Okay. A discount code for my air diffuser that I bought months ago. Oh dear. Let's turn that around. I think I might be able to do some more in this, because the dye's just about taken on that. So I think I'll throw some of this in and make some pastel-y colour. Let that soak up a little. So has anybody got any suggestions for what they want me to do for my next lot of videos? I mean, I can do the old same repeats and do blending videos again. I'll do a couple of those, but I've got my batty clubs coming up soon, so I always do them anyway as part of my videos. I'm making up a fluff rescue this weekend, so I can film that. That's going as a gift for somebody. So I could film that as I'm doing it, prepping that and making up the mini bats and sewing up the bags. What else? Yeah, no, I think that's about it. What time are we at? Oh, 1:45, so I've been on it half an hour. Just cat, pack it in. I would grab a hold of her for you, right? Because she's tiny. She only looks like a 6-month kitten, but she's not. She's just had her 3rd birthday, and she's absolutely minute. But she doesn't like to be touched. She's only just. We've had her since she was 7 weeks old. The mum abandoned her, and she's never liked human contact. And it's only these last, I would say the last month, that she's actually started coming over to us on her own accord and wanting to be, like, have her head rubbed. And she's never done that in the last 3 years that we've had her. So it looks like we've turned a corner with her. She's still very scatty. And up in my workshop upstairs, that's her bedroom. She used to always sleep on the bag inside an IKEA bag with all my clothes in it. Yes, you. So she's now got a gigantic cushion sat on top of my units, where she spends most of her day up there. And she goes out in the yard, but she won't go any further. She's very, very highly strung and scatty. So I always worry that if she goes outside the wall, outside the yard, that if somebody spooks her, we'll never get her back. We'll never find her. She'd be completely gone within a couple of hours. She wouldn't survive outside on her own. She's too little. Right, so I think I'll try and stick some of this in the sink. with some black ink. You love the pit. I did it for you, love. I did it. It's ready. With the little side pockets on it. I put some pictures up earlier on, so when you sit down, the pinny, you can just put your hand straight in the pocket. So I'm going to do some in a Japanese style, so you can just put them over your head with the same sort of pattern style in the pockets. But I'll get them sorted out next month. So I already had that planned, but I can only do one pinny lot at a time. I just need to get some material in stock to get those sorted out. Just a good job that I know how to put my mind to anything, isn't it, really? Oh, I can't believe I've got 500 grams of Wensleydale to sort out. At least it's not Masham. I can't stand Masham. That's it. No more. I am never buying Masham again. Well, not from the breeder that I've been getting it from. It's dirty. It's filthy. It's riddled with grass. No matter how long I've... That sounds lovely. As soon as I get a new job, I'll be there. I like to throw it over my wheel when I finish spinning. Exactly. I was going to put a little bias binding hook or something like that inside it as well, but this is just my my one. This is just my prototype, and it's a one size fits all as well. So it's really, it is like 90 centimeters all the way around. So there's more than enough wiggle room. Out of there. Yeah, so when you want one, just give me a shout first and I'll make sure I've got it in, because if it might not be on, you never know, they might sell out on the website, so until they sell, I won't be making any more. But if you want one, let me know and I will sort it out for you and just send it, and you can sort me out another time. So, yeah. There's little tweaks I want to do to it. I didn't know whether I wanted to make the pockets any bigger, but I think on this one, I think on the smaller version, the pockets are just fine, because you can just about reach in there as well. But when I do the Japanese pinny where you just put it over your head, I think I'll definitely make the pockets a little bit longer. Oh, some of this dye is just exhausting. Yeah, Masham locks. I don't like them anyway because they're not luxurious. They are long, but they're very dry to hands. There's hardly any lanolin in there once I've washed them. It takes me 3 washes and 2 rinses to get them clean. And even once I've dyed them and dried them, it takes me twice as long to sort them out, because the ones I've been getting, I don't know if anybody else knows of any other breeders that do Masham long fleeces. A Japanese pinny, it's just like a normal pinny, but it's loose fitting, so it's like a wraparound shape. But over the back it crosses over and meets up with these bits. So there's no middle section to wrap around. You literally just throw it over the top of your head. and then it's already attached to you and it'll cling onto your thing. So it's one of those one size fits all sort of aprons. So yeah, look up Japanese aprons and you'll find them. So I've been meaning to do one of those for a while, and then a suggestion for doing a spinning penny, which I've called this the crafter's penny, because when you think about it, I mean, I've done pottery in the past and things like that. When you sat and you need this space for working with, then having the pockets at the side, like whether it's for your pens or your tools when you sat there with a potter's wheel in front of you, or if you're sat at a workbench but you need a pinion just to keep your legs clear of any like wood shavings or something like that. If you sat there whittling, then at least that way these pockets are in such a way that you won't drop anything. You can actually use them for putting your tools in, or your spare sticks for whittling. Emma Bray. So yeah, so it's one. I've called it a crafter's penny. So yeah, crafter's penny. So as I say, they'll be on the website, and they're made of really good quality cotton. This stuff I got from a design outlet with a like X end of range in London. So it was called the New Craft House. So you'll find them online. So that's where I'll be buying the material for that, because it's really good quality cotton and from designer labels. And sometimes you just want something a little bit more posh. Well, I do anyway. But if you want to be a fuddy-duddy and have it with mushrooms all over it, or fairies all over it, or sewing machines and pins, then let me know and I will do that order separately. You won't be doing that on the website. That sort of thing I use for my my project bags. God, this wool's taking forever to take in this dye. So, what shall I do now? I think I'm going to call it just about quits. It's been a long morning. I've still got that to dye. I've still got that lot over there to dye. I think there's about 300 grams there, and I've got another 100 grams there. And I'm playing with the idea of sticking some rovings on the website this week instead of doing bats next week. Not made up my mind yet. We'll see how I feel. My crossover apron is too small. Hilly. The crossover apron is supposed to be one size fits all. Don't worry, mine will be baggier. I mean, this is plenty of room, and I'm a size 12. So, and there's plenty of room in this. I've got no waistline anymore, but then I have had 3 kids. You're not supposed to have a waistline after 40, are you? And it fits me just comfortably. And the tie on this, it could quite easily go round me twice. Yeah, just about, and so we can touch on the other side. But with the crossover aprons, they'll be a larger size than you'll need, and they'll be in cotton or linen. I just need to source a supplier for linen, because the current place where I buy my material for my project bags, their pricing for linen is a bit too expensive for being able to do this sort of thing. So yeah, I will have them on the website soon. You're going for class? Okay, sweetie, well, I'm going to get going anyway. I will put this up on the website. Thank you everybody for turning up. Thank you Fluff Fairies and Karma Gods up there. Sometimes when you're not looking, it happens, doesn't it? Have a lovely weekend everybody. Be productive. I'll see you soon.